What Pep Guardiola did with Etihad crowd showed Man City have a new superstar. Manchester City turned on the style to beat Liverpool 3-0 at the Etihad, in a result that could have a defining impact on the title race this season. Manchester City delivered a statement win as they beat Liverpool 3-0 at the Etihad to close the gap on Arsenal to 4 points at the top of the Premier League. The Blues took advantage of the Gunners' stumble at Sunderland on Saturday to thrash the defending champions and mark themselves out as the likely challengers in what is shaping up to be a two-horse title race. Erling Haaland missed an early penalty, but then scored a header to give City the lead. Nico Gonzalez's deflected shot doubled the lead before the break, and Jeremy Doku capped an excellent individual performance with a stunning goal to make it 3. Conor Bradley was the toast of Anfield on Tuesday after pocketing Vinicius Jr. in Liverpool's win against Real Madrid, but he found life an awful lot harder against Jeremy Doku at the Etihad. Doku popped up on the right at times in the early stages of this game, but quickly decided his best chance of success was on the left. Bradley was worried by the sight of the winger running at him, and it was a major outlet for City. It was a defensive mess that led to Doku getting it to win the penalty, but it only added to Bradley's nerves, and he was on his heels every time his opponent lined him up for a run. Time and again, Doku burst past the Northern Ireland international and into the box. City's game plan became simple because Doku made it simple. His performance deserved a moment, and he delivered it with the spectacular third goal, cutting infield and sending a curling shot into the top corner. On the touchline, Guardiola raised both hands in the air and started conducting the celebrations behind him. That's now 7 goal involvements in 16 games this season for the 23-year-old, and he looks to have gone to another level. Guardiola orchestrating the crowd suggests he agrees. Much is made of Anfield being the only Premier League ground where Haaland is yet to score, but his record in general against Liverpool isn't brilliant, having scored just once in 4 league fixtures against the Reds leading into yesterday. When he missed the early penalty Moore on which below he might have felt that familiar pang of worry against Liverpool. But this is a Haaland who has gone to another level this season, and he shrugged off that blow to finish brilliantly when he got another opportunity. The pre-match debate had centred around the battle between Haaland and Virgil van Dijk, and it's certainly one of the heavyweight clashes in the league, but the Norwegian got his success by peeling off the back of Ibrahima Konate instead. It was intelligent play from the striker. There was plenty of crowing on Merseyside when Liverpool signed Florian Wirtz this summer, beating City to the signature of the German international, with the Blues pulling out as the fee for a 22-year-old who had never played outside the Bundesliga rose to 9 figures. What a waste of money, sang the Etihad, as another Wirtz corner failed to beat the first man. It was a surprise he lasted 83 minutes before finally being withdrawn with cheers ringing in his ears. This wasn't a great day for Rayan Cherki either, but Wirtz's struggles sum up Liverpool. He is failing to produce the goods on the ball and is too lightweight. He was easy for City's defenders to knock off the ball. City have never had a brilliant record on penalties under Guardiola, and although it's hard to make the case that Haaland shouldn't be taking them, he has now missed 3 of his last 6 for the club. His effort against Liverpool was poor, and if Georgi Mamadashvili guessed correctly, he was always likely to make the save. This fixture has also been a frustrating one for City, who have missed 4 of their last 5 penalties against Liverpool in the Premier League, dating back to Riyad Mahrez smashing a late spot kick over the bar in front of the Anfield Road stand in October 2018. Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan are the other guilty parties, and it kind of sums up the way this game often goes for City. Haaland's towering header to open the scoring was another masterful moment from a number 9 who can do it all, apart from scoring every penalty he takes. But as Haaland raced towards the northeast corner of the stadium to celebrate, Matheus Nunes clenched his fists and marked the goal by roaring in delight to the northwest corner. Haaland will hog the headlines as usual, but Nunes deserved plenty of credit for delivering a quite brilliant assist. His out-swinging cross was perfectly placed over the head of Konate and to Haaland. It wasn't just the cross either. It was the intelligence to dummy his first attempt, forcing Andy Robertson to back off and buying himself a yard of space. It was another big moment for Nunes, who has locked down that right-back role at the moment and looks Gary Neville breaks his own rule as Manchester City hammer Liverpool in title race boost. Manchester City star Jeremy Doku's sensational display against Liverpool in the Premier League prompted Sky Sports pundit Gary Neville to break tradition. Gary Neville admitted he did something he never usually does during Manchester City's dominant Premier League win over Liverpool. Goals from Erling Haaland, Nico Gonzalez and Jeremy Doku at Etihad Stadium handed Pep Guardiola a huge victory on his 1000th game as a manager. The victory has taken City up to second in the Premier League table, 4 points behind leaders Arsenal. The final outcome could have been very different, however, if Virgil van Dijk's header was not disallowed for offside. I think he is outside the eye line of the goalkeeper, he admitted on Sky Sports. The goalkeeper is not getting anywhere near that. He had a clear line of sight, Dean replied. I kind of agree with you there, guys, he said. The only thing I would say is that because he's in the 6-yard area of the penalty area, with him being in front of the keeper as he heads the ball, it's been given offside on the field. It's an offside decision. City took advantage of that favourable decision before the interval as Gonzalez fired in an effort from distance via a deflection off Van Dijk. Haaland had put City in front earlier in the half despite missing an early penalty. Doku secured the points in style for the hosts with an excellent long-range curling effort after driving inside from the left. Neville was particularly blown away by his strike, which prompted him to break a rule he has as a pundit. Speaking on his goal, Neville said, "It is dazzling from Doku. I've never given the Man of the Match award out after 62 minutes, but I'll think Elle will today. He has been sensational." As the clock ticked down, Neville issued a very clear title verdict, with City having won 7 of their last 8 Premier League matches. Hello and welcome to our live coverage of Manchester City's Premier League clash with Liverpool. This afternoon's contest is a seismic showdown between two clubs with title ambitions. City arrived buoyed by 3 straight wins, with the loss at Aston Villa a fortnight ago the only one Pep Guardiola's men have suffered since August. Liverpool have also found winning form following a run of 6 defeats in 7. And both sides are aiming to cut Arsenal's lead at the top, following the Gunners' 2-2 draw at Sunderland on Saturday. A win for City would move them up to second, 4 points behind Arsenal, heading into the international break. City record an impressive result with an impressive performance. A richly deserved win, and the Blues are up to second in the table. We will have the ratings, analysis and reaction right here, so stay with us. Foden crashes to the floor under a challenge from Soboslai, and that was a naughty one from the Liverpool midfielder who is booked. Liverpool have asked a few questions since going 3 down, but they look resigned to their fate now. We're about to enter added time, and both sides probably want the final whistle. Wirtz heads off to a few chants of "Who are you?" after another game where he failed to sparkle. Connor Bradley goes off as well, with Chiesa and Joe Gomez coming on for the final stages. O'Reilly, who scored a week ago against Bournemouth, has space on the edge of the box, but he gets the finish all wrong and then goes down with cramp. The one that says City have the potential to win the league this season, despite Arsenal's form. If the score remains 3-0, City will be 4 points behind the Gunners, but with the same goal difference. The Blues are the top scorers in the division and have the second best defence, having conceded only 3 more than the much-vaunted Gunners' defence. Manchester City lineup versus Liverpool predicted as Jeremy Doku left out, and Ryan Cherky decision made Manchester City team news versus Liverpool ahead of their huge Premier League showdown. Manchester City welcome Liverpool to the Etihad this weekend in a blockbuster Premier League fixture. Both teams are chasing league leaders Arsenal, and Sunday's clash between the two clubs, who between them have won the last 8 top-flight titles, could be pivotal. Liverpool have recovered from a run of 6 defeats in 7 games to earn back-to-back victories, including a Champions League win over Real Madrid in midweek, while City have lost just once in 13 games in all competitions and are unbeaten at the Etihad since Tottenham won 2-0 in August. Pep Guardiola said in his pre-match press conference that the Blues are unlikely to risk Rodri, while Mateo Kovacic is a long-term absentee. The City chief made 3 changes for the Champions League win over Borussia Dortmund on Wednesday night and will likely shuffle his pack once again for the visit of Arne Slot's side. Ruben Dias, who came on for the closing stages against the Bundesliga side, will likely return to the side to partner Josko Gvardiol in the middle. Nico O'Reilly and Mateus Nunes have done little wrong in the full-back positions in recent weeks, while Gianluigi Donnarumma will continue in goal. Nico Gonzalez is enjoying his best form as a City player in Rodri's absence, while Tijani Reinders looks to set to partner him. City went with Ryan Cherki and Phil Foden against Bournemouth, and the two number 10s caused plenty of problems. Foden is a certain starter, but including Cherki could mean Jeremy Doku drops out for the control offered by Bernardo Silva. Erling Haaland will lead the line, seeking to continue his impressive run of form with the City frontman 2 goals away from a century in the Premier League. Erling Haaland sends Manchester City message that Liverpool FC will hate Manchester City striker. Erling Haaland spoke about his form and relationship with Pep Guardiola ahead of the Liverpool game. Erling Haaland has never felt better as he closes in on another Premier League record. Pep Guardiola will celebrate his 1000th game as a manager on Sunday against Liverpool, but by full-time Haaland could have stolen the headlines. With 27 goals already in 17 appearances for club and country this season, the City striker needs just 2 more in the Premier League to break 100. Haaland has 16 games to get those 2 goals to replace Alan Shearer as the fastest centurion, and will be the focal point of a City attack that has scored 7 at the Etihad since last Sunday. While it takes a lot of effort to keep him at the top of his game, the 25-year-old has never felt better ahead of the visit of champions Liverpool. It's been a good start, and I feel really good. I feel this is the best version of myself, he said. I've never felt better than now.